Just to round it out, the fifth stage, which it takes about 6 months to get into the fifth stage, which is maintenance, that you finally have gotten the ability, the skills, the know-how to continue along and maintain it for a long period of time. So it was neat seeing that because that's exactly how we've designed this program. So hoping to
So
get
how
there.
does the maintenance work? Is it just because we've swallowed all of this and we know how to do it, then the maintenance is pretty much easier?
Yeah, it's any behavioral change. Once you can get through, it's usually 12 weeks, but definitely if you get to 6 months, you've habituated the new things. You've learned the new ways to exercise. You've become comfortable with the foods. You become mindful about what you're eating and what you're doing. So that's the whole part. And it doesn't mean maintenance as in nobody ever talks to you again, you're on your own. It means maintenance as in still having check-ins with the person. So again, that's a coaching class where they sit down and actually meet with you. So in a coaching world, it would be like going from weekly meetings to maybe monthly meetings, just checking in on, is everything still going well? Because even during that whole maintenance phase, it's just like Alcoholics Anonymous, right? You go through the intense program, but you still need regular check-ins, or if you fall off the wagon or the elephant gets out of control again, you gotta rein it back in. So it's the same thing. So really what we're talking about is, then we talked about the mindfulness of exercise, that the difference between pain, being joint pain, that delayed onset muscle soreness, swelling, versus feeling that little soreness from working out in certain areas. And making sure that in the case, like in your case, when you do get a little bit of an injury and you do get an increase of pain, you've got to stop and fix it. Because if you try to just work through it, it expands or becomes much more limiting. So the goal is to just be smart enough. And the mindfulness is just that wait a minute, something's not quite right. Same thing, that he's like, wait, we need to make an adjustment here, not just try to blow through and keep going.
Yeah, because still I'm not, I still have just that one section that's the only part that bothers me, that one little point.
Right, yeah. So we just got to get that all cleaned up. And we talked about this too, that we have to remember that when we're going into, this is when we were talking about motor learning, but when we're going into something new, it's like a baby taking its first steps. We're going to be awkward, we're going to be clumsy, it's going to take time to perfect it. And I put the picture of the baby elephant on there to remind us that's really going forward. It's like a baby elephant. Whenever we try something new, we got to remember that it's our emotional side has got to get in contact with it and understand it. And nobody likes it, right? To feel awkward and feel clumsy. It is a normal step, but that's when you really need to be careful with, criticism and certain kinds of coaching where you can get the movement you want, but not actually cause the elephant to run out of the room.